So here we are at this 4 perspectives on fractal curriculum, and I would like to open another file. So this is a mind map that I use. It's an Illustrator file. Okay, and what we want to look at here is the theoretical perspective of fractal curriculum and what that looks like. So I'm just going to zoom in here to this section right here. And this is what our fractal curriculum looks like. Here's main lesson 1, main lesson 2, main lesson 3. And here's the summary lesson. Well, why do we have a red box around a summary lesson? Because it's a summary, but it's not the only summary, right? It's not the only red box. It is the lowest resolution red box, whereas down here, this little one is the highest resolution red box. From a fractal perspective, you'd think of this as a parent node with 4 child nodes, the first child node of which is a summary or an assessment. So this would be an assessment of all of these 3 main lessons. But then if you think of this child node as a parent, then it has 3 child nodes, of which this child node is a summary. This is a assessment. It's a higher resolution assessment. So you'd have assessment 1, assessment 2, assessment 3. So you would give the student 3 assessments in order to check their knowledge retention or as a placement test to see if they remember this lesson content or if they need to take it, depending on whether you apply it first or later. But at the same time, if you remember when we were looking at the fractal curriculum here, there are relationships between these nodes. And so to see that in the theoretical view, you'll see that this box actually represents this MP1 here. This node right here with these 3 child nodes is the same as this node here and these 3 child nodes. It's the same thing. And so this summary is an introduction. It's a page 1. And this is a page 2 main point, page 3 main point 2, page 4 main point 3, and then page 5 is another summary because it's a conclusion, and a conclusion is by definition a summary. So a summary conclusion is a recapitulation of this, which is why back in our node structure here, we don't really need to include the conclusion here, right? There's page 1, introduction, page 2, main point 1, page 3, main point 2. Actually, let me go to a larger view of this. So page 3, main point 2, page 4, main point 3, and page 5 is not showing here because all it is another summary. And so we can hold that in reserve when we're in conversation mode or when we're in a generation 3 environment, because we can use that for testing. So that is the theoretical view. This is extremely logical, but the more you stare at it, the more realizations that you get out of it. Another view of the fractal curriculum is the ebook perspective, which actually relates to the writing trainer. And let me show you what that means in concrete terms. So again, going into the curriculum builder, and you'll see that structure. So here's the intro. Main point 1, main point 2, main point 3 are all included in the intro. What does the solar system have? So page 1 should address that in more detail. Higher resolution. What is the solar system? What is in the middle of our solar system? What keeps the solar system in place? Okay, well, what is main point 2? This is the A1 version. We could go to the B2 version and get a better. Let's go to A2. So how many planets are there in our solar system? And that's going to be page 3, right? More detail on that main point. How many planets do we have in the solar system? Does every planet have moons? How many moons does the Earth and Jupiter have? So these are our main points that are broken into their supporting details and examples. Because we've already talked about the conversation mode, the exploratory mode, the visualization mode of a fractal. What we're looking at here is the same thing. Now, in the essay builder, we have edit mode and publish mode. The student can choose which images they want in their essay, and they can also write the introduction. So this is a summary. In the introduction, the main point 1, 2, and 3, and the thesis statement, and then body supporting detail 1, 2, 3, connect to the thesis. Body 2, main point 2, supporting detail 1, 2, 3, and connect to the thesis, and then the conclusion. And all of the metadata that exists to support these other components also exists in the essay writer to both support the student and teach them how to do research, going back to other pages. And also what we do is in this environment we actually enable the AI tutor here, right? See the AI tutor? We enable that tutor with different support instructions. They're a little bit more circumspect in the essay builder than they are in the field of knowledge conversation mode. So that is 4 alternative views of Fractal curriculum.